All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick on the Power. So welcome to another NSP news update. Now, the first story we're going to talk about in this video is Breon Ansley, two-time classic physique Mr. Olympia, but he is also a pretty accomplished actor. Now, a lot of people don't know about this side of Breon Ansley because he doesn't really talk about it and he's not really very open about it on social media. But recently, I've had some people sending me screenshots of old movies where it appears Breon Ansley is in the background or is one of the characters in the movies, just a downsized version of himself. So I did a little research into this, and when you search Breon Ansley, an IMDb page comes up for Breon Ansley, the actor. So Breon Ansley's acting career goes back as early as 2004, where he appeared in a movie known as In Your Eyes, where he played the role of Cedric. And he is actually on the cover of the DVD and the movie poster for this movie. That's him on the cover there holding the gun. So according to IMDb, Breon Ansley has 7 total film credits, but we know there are more than are on this list. He also appeared in Cheaper by the Dozen, which he confirmed on his Instagram, but that's not listed here. So you have In Your Eyes in 2004, Toe to Toe in 2006, Finishing the Game, a movie about Bruce Lee, which was in 2007. He was actually in Fast and Furious in 2009 as the FBI assistant. So I would say that's probably the biggest movie franchise that he appeared in of all the movies on this list, was that Fast and the Furious back in 2009. Then he was in a TV show called Private Eyes in 2015, another movie called Harmony in 2016. Then the most recent movie, which is not out yet, is a movie called Trade, where he's again playing the role of someone named Cedric. So, again, this is not really something we see Breon talk about much on his Instagram or on his social media or on his YouTube videos. He doesn't really talk or mention at all the acting side of his career, even though he's got a movie coming out in 2019. It's not really something he tends to talk about. So Breon Ansley, to me, is one of the most interesting guys and dynamic guys in the classic physique division today. Not only is he the best in the world at classic physique 2 years in a row, 2017 and 2018 classic physique Mr. Olympia, but also he was in the 212 division before he was in classic physique. So he's done classic physique, 212, and he also has an acting career dating back almost 15 years. And I think really it makes me an even bigger fan of Breon that he doesn't go around bragging about the fact that he had these acting roles because, well, number one, a lot of them were kind of minor roles, but still it's kind of cool that he has this other side to him that he doesn't really brag about or talk about. And he's the Mr. Olympia champion. He could be talking about this all day, the fact that he's a movie star. He could talk about that, during the press conference for the Olympia. He could be talking about that on social media when he's, trying to build hype for the Olympia, trash talking, but he doesn't do that. And I think that's very interesting. And I think I've got a new respect for Breon Ansley after finding out that he has his acting career. So the second story I want to talk about is Tristyn Lee. Tristyn Lee is the 16-year-old bodybuilder that we've been seeing all over social media. He's done all kinds of collabs, and his name is really growing in popularity a lot recently. And as a result, a lot of videos have been popping up. Tristyn Lee, natty or not? Is Tristyn Lee natural? And to be honest with you guys, I think anybody that takes the time to make a video saying that this kid is not natural is ridiculous. First of all, typically when people make a fake natty video, they're calling out somebody that claims natty or notoriously looks like they're not natural and goes out of their way to say they're natural. So that doesn't even apply to Tristyn Lee because he's never even claimed that he's natural. He's never talked about whether or not he does steroids, which for the record, I think he doesn't. And I think he is natural, but he's never claimed that he is. So it doesn't really make any sense to make a natty or not video because the whole point is to expose a fake natty, somebody who's not really natural, but claiming to be natural, and Tristyn Lee never claimed to be. So I don't really see the point. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, here's this kid who's doing really well for himself. He's a really young guy. He's getting a lot of popularity. Let's welcome him to the fitness community by accusing him of taking steroids, making a little money, getting a little bit of views for saying that he's on steroids. That would be the perfect way to welcome this young guy into the industry. So I think the whole thing is kind of ridiculous. You have a 16-year-old kid who's just getting into working out. He's just getting introduced to this industry. He's getting a lot of popularity because he's ripped, but he's really not even that big. I mean, the kid is like 5 foot tall, maybe weighs 130 pounds. Maybe. I think, that's being generous with his weight. So for people to go out of their way to make, a video accusing this kid of taking steroids, I think, again, it's just ridiculous. I mean, again, you know, the traditional idea of making a natty or not or fake natty video, someone that claims natural and not natural, and they're using that to deceive people. They're selling a product or they're selling an idea and making money from their fake natty status. So not only does this kid not claim to be natural, but again, I think he doesn't sell anything. He's not promoting a brand. I mean, the kid is just a high school kid with a ton of Instagram followers. He's not really in this for the money. He's pursuing soccer. The fitness thing is just a hobby. So the fake natty white knights that always say, you know, they're trying to protect the kids from being lied to and deceived by these fake natties, none of that really applies to the Tristyn Lee kid. So just to kind of answer all the people that were sending me these videos and asking my opinion, I do think he's natural, and I would like to extend an invitation to the kid if he wants to come on and defend himself against these people that are calling him a fake natty. He is more than welcome to come on my channel and use my platform to defend himself because, again, you know, this is a guy that's new to the industry, very young kid. I hate to see someone like this that's just getting started in the industry to be welcomed with, "Welcome to the fitness community. Get ready for some slander." So Tristyn, if you're watching this and you want to come on for an interview, hit me up anytime. My platform is your platform. All right, so the next story we've got is Chris Bumstead dating Courtney King. So Chris Bumstead is a two-time runner-up at the Classic Physique Olympia in 2017 and 2018, and Courtney King is the winner of the 2016 Bikini Olympia. So Courtney King is technically a Miss Olympia. So this is an interesting development for several reasons. Number one, because Chris Bumstead's family is already a family of a bunch of IFBB pros. His sister is an IFBB pro in figure, I believe. His sister's husband, so his brother-in-law, is Ian Vayer, who is an IFBB pro men's open bodybuilder. Chris Bumstead is an IFBB pro in classic physique. And if he were to marry Courtney King, she would be an IFBB pro in bikini. So talk about a powerful family in the IFBB if Chris Bumstead and this girl were to get married. But it's also interesting because both Chris Bumstead, Courtney King, and Courtney King's ex, Steve Cook, are all sponsored by the company Gymshark. So I think it's only a matter of time before somebody gets let go. And I have a feeling it might be Steve Cook. I don't see them having all these guys together at the same booth at any of these expos or events. So at some point, I feel like they might let Steve Cook go, just to avoid any drama or anything embarrassing happening at any of these expos or events. And I noticed that both Bumstead and Courtney King were catching a little bit of flack on social media for how quickly Courtney King moved on from Steve Cook. And I say that's just ridiculous. I mean, if he's single and she's single, why should there be any type of time frame required for them to get together? I think that's just ridiculous. Now, next up in the news, we have Generation Iron 3, which is just about a week away. Generation Iron 3 will be coming out on December 7th. So the third installment in the Generation Iron series, the first series focused on the 2012 Olympia in the rivalry of Phil versus Kai. The second Generation Iron kind of focused on the social media era of bodybuilding. It showcased Rich Piana, Callum Von Moger, guys like that, and talked about that dynamic and that side of things as it pertained to bodybuilding. And based on the previews that I've seen so far, Generation Iron 3 seems to focus on bodybuilders from different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different countries, and how those bodybuilders struggled and overcame adversity to get to where they are in their bodybuilding career. So it seems to be very heavily focused on diversity in bodybuilding and some of the different issues that are faced by these bodybuilders as a result of their upbringing or their ethnicity or where they're from. And I think that'll actually be an interesting dynamic to the movie. Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Generation Iron as a company. They've kind of done some things to me in the past that I feel were kind of shady. But again, I've got to keep my coverage on everything unbiased and neutral. And I'm a big fan of really anything that happens in bodybuilding pop culture, especially a new bodybuilding movie like Generation Iron. The first Generation Iron, back before I even had my YouTube channel, I was so excited to go see that movie in theaters with my friends. You know, all my friends that I worked out with, we drove, I think it was like 2 hours away, the nearest theater that was showing it. And we drove to go see that first Generation Iron, and we loved it. We got it on DVD immediately. I've probably watched it 100 times, as well as Pumping Iron. So regardless of my personal feelings towards Generation Iron as a company or towards whoever runs their YouTube channel and website, I'm going to be buying Generation Iron 3. I'm going to be watching Generation Iron 3, and I'm going to be sure to give you guys some kind of review on it here on YouTube. So looking forward to that coming out on December 7th, 2018. And then finally, I just wanted to say I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, a great Black Friday, a great Cyber Monday even. And I want to thank everybody who participated in the Redcon 1 sale, whether you participated in the Friday sale, the Saturday sale, or the Monday sale. All weekend, Redcon 1 had some amazing sales, and a ton of you guys used my link to shop on Redcon 1, and I mean thousands of you guys. So that was really amazing, and I wanted to take a minute to specifically say thank you to you guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy your new Redcon 1 supplement. So thank you guys for watching the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. YouTube has definitely been having some issues lately, so make sure you click that bell notification button to get notified whenever I post an upload, because for some reason YouTube has definitely been screwy with notifying people of when I upload a video. So make sure you hit that bell notification button, and make sure you are subscribed to my channel and that YouTube has not unsubscribed you. So thank you guys for watching. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.